The team tackles one of its biggest investigations yet, and the end of another chapter.
I'm excited tonight. We're going to Edinburgh.
More or less kind of in the middle of nowhere, which would be nice for us.
Feeling that you're talking about, this is a place, I can feel it right now.
It's tripping me out because I'm a construction manager, and so I see this stuff and I think that's unusual.
Yeah. Alright, see, I don't think we're alone, guys.
Unseen visitors make themselves known early on, but not without detection.
It's like we're being led now. Oh, what was that?
What was that?
That was a noise.
This is the padded room. Behind. Agreed.
Does the old mental health facility tear down mental health of investigators?
Stop it.
I say I get the chills, and I get the chills on both ends.
Then the team is invited to investigation at a public event at a location never before investigated.
Here in the Rattleman House. Rattleman House was built in 1906.
This event was hosted by CIPI, Central Iowa Paranormal Investigators.
I can feel and sense that the team that's working with me tonight, that they're working together as a group.
We came here to join the team to go through this house.
Poke me?
No, I didn't see her poke.
I had my hands around.
Somebody just poked me right here.
The shocking evening proves to be a bit much for everybody involved.
Whoa. How long ago you touched that?
I took that as a warning. Something's about to happen here. You want to go downstairs?
No.
Once you need to leave her alone.
Come on,
Right now.
Her alone now. You need to leave her alone.
Help me. Can you help me get this off? Please.
What is it?
It's with my cross.
I command you, in the name of Jesus, to leave.
Overcome with sadness. The house is yellow without.
Really, for some reason, I couldn't place it, but I was drawn to that.
And some of the frustrations in the night as we were in.
When we first arrived, it came at a perfect time for water and excited for...
The idea of spirits underwater or actually in any other element is...
It was cool, had a lot of emotions in the beginning. It did feel things when I...
And with this investigation, before we started, I wanted to do a remote view. Remote viewing is something that can take practice. Law sensitives and spirit mediums can do this. It's really where you project your, I guess some would argue, the sixth sense to view your physical bodies in one location, and what you're trying to view is actually physically somewhere else. And so I wanted to do that here and see what I got. Coming in kind of from the right side of the front of the building. And zoom dramatically upstairs in the upper left, top floor, left side of the building, where a male figure, aggressive, possibly psychotic. These are 70s years of age. And his scruffy gray hair, just mean. It's fascinating for this remote viewing because I intentionally did not want to look at other fellow teams' evidence or their video or photos from inside the building. not just yet. I didn't really want to have that contaminate this remote view. I wanted to see what images and stuff that I got on my own to see if I could actually draw out the layout as if I was in that building before I was physically in that building or ever was in that building.
And then downstairs, ground level, right side, completely different individual, female, brown hair. I don't think it was a patient, possibly staff member, maybe nurse.
And certain individuals did come out during my remote. There was an angry, aggressive male that had shown up first, and he was in the upstairs or left portion of the building. There was a female, possible nurse or somebody who maybe had worked there, because I seen her in uniform, and she had shown herself. She seemed to be more, at least at the time of the remote, she seemed to be on the ground level right side of the building.
Should be a good night.
But and what's also interesting with this fact is that Kelly, not sure if she did a remote viewing, but she had a vision of such. But she picked on one that was a little bit different, not so much the aggressor or like angry alpha male, but she had picked up on a creepy individual, kind of a man that does some naughty things, I guess you could say.
I'm excited tonight. We're going to Edinburgh, if that's right. I hope this has some activity. We're short people. I don't care. I'm excited. Can't wait to see who's there.
Edinburgh Manor is a place built around the turn of the century, and it also had numerous deaths have been reported there. It's been a county farm. It's been a place for a mental institution, and then also it's had geriatrics. And so it's been several different things. And in our research, especially with hospitals of any sort, where there's a lot of emotional trauma and a lot of things going on there, it does tend to increase the chances of some kind of activity happening there.
I do believe I can interact, whatever is there, but I don't have any pre-notion. Even when you talk about it, I'm such a skeptic. I'm like, okay, we'll see. I'm not trying to say I don't believe you, but I don't have that, so it makes me feel like I'm going in there open.
I wouldn't completely. I mean, you gotta have an open mind, definitely. Not constantly be like, oh, it won't happen to me. Oh, that wouldn't happen to me. Or what. I know that's how you are, but you gotta be a little bit more positive and be like, or at least neutral. Be like, well, it could happen to me, and you know, but. And then go from there. But if you say it won't happen to you,
it'll never happen.
Yeah.
Originally, Kim and Jason were supposed to do it, and they're supposed to go along, but the extreme last minute, they had to cancel on this one. Carrie was the only one that was still officially with Endeavors. I wanted to still go, and she was able to. And then I actually had called previously ahead of time, because the place was so large, the colleagues and friends out in eastern Iowa, Darcy McGrath and Kelly Carvel.
I just decided, because it'd be a while before we get back in there, we just go ahead and do this, which you're still excited about.
I am.
I'm stressing.
I'm more excited because I truly believe less people have more activity. My thoughts of working with less people is when you're in a small place, I'm guessing this is big, but when you're in a small place, you may have more activity when there's less people present.
Occasionally it is nice to get away from a little bit more serious cases and kind of do some of these that are more so for fun and good training exercises as well. Here we are, folks.
Initial impressions, well, we're on the gravel road. It's very pretty. There's lots of forest that we went by, and then there was the graveyard, which was really cool, that we went by, that was right across the street. And vibes, I don't know, the building was cool. It looked big, enormous, looked like it was going to be a lot of work.
Carrie and I had arrived at the building. The owner had come out. The owners do wish to remain anonymous, and we'll respect that. They went ahead and gave us a pretty lengthy and very fascinating tour. This is one of our longer tours, of course, as you can imagine. So that's why we had got there at a pretty decent early time.
Holy shit! Oh my god! But the owner's dog almost gave me a heart attack as it chased me through the yard. Oh my gosh! Oh my god. Oh yes, the dog. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna die. Alright, I freaked out. That dog came up and jumped up at me.
All right, so we are now at Edinburgh Manor here out in eastern Iowa. This is more or less kind of in the middle of nowhere, which would be nice for us because we love those cases that are more in the rural areas that aren't in the urban areas that there's contamination, because there's a lack of contamination out here as there's not many people or anybody really that should be out here. So it should be a really cool case. This is one of our biggest locations since the Masonic Lodge, and we got to see how we can make it work here, which I've never been afraid to tackle a challenge before because there's less people in our team able to make it this one, but we are teaming up with Darcy and Kelly, which should be here in a moment. So I'm already getting some vibes here, and I have some questions I want to ask, and can't wait to get started.
If you start with the history, and if you're going to go into, say, things that might have happened in some place or another place, just kind of give you a warning. I'm going to wander off. I don't want to really know more than the history of the building.
Okay. So this half of the building was known as the men's wing most recently. Now, originally as a county pork farm, we don't know exactly how the rooms or the building was structured. Physically, it hasn't changed since it was built in 1910. 1911 is when it was finished. The cornerstone of the building says 1911. The paint is really weird because really this is the only place in the building where this has happened. And it was in this hallway when we first looked at the building. There was no peeling paint in the building at all when we first looked at it. And except in this hallway, which was pretty much like you see it for some reason. We don't know why that is, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's concrete. Everything's concrete in here. So to have moisture causing paint to peel, it's very unlikely. You got to have something like cooking on the basement. You got to have somebody cooking and having all that steam, and it's not. Nobody's been. So that's what's really tripping me out because I'm a construction manager, and so I see this stuff. That's unusual.
Yeah.
Basically, it's designed such that the main floor and the second floor are almost carbon copies of each other. And so there's a room like similar to this above us, and then identically at the other end in the women's wing, there's two identical rooms, although for whatever reason the rooms at that end are not quite as big. This is the biggest single room.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not saying what, but there's definitely something here right now.
Yeah, and this one has been known to elicit some feelings. Okay. She's taking a deep breath because of all the places where you get this sort of feeling that you're talking about, this is a place I can feel it right now, right through here, and it's really, really strong right here in this hallway. So we're about to go. To the point where she really doesn't even like it.
And so far from my remote viewing, I'm getting the validation that I'm needing so far, because this was the area and this was the area I pointed out when we came in here. Is this one from the ground level, and then on the top floor it's the other side. Okay. So we like that, the psychic sensitive mediums, whatever you call us, crazy people.
Yeah. So right here is where it's very sensitive area to me. I mean, can you feel it?
Yeah, it's almost like a. Yeah. I don't know if vortex is a proper word for it, but yeah.
How unique the tub is. I mean, look how giant they are.
I've seen that before, and I think that's. And someone could correct me, I guess if I'm wrong too, but especially for places with mental health or even geriatrics,
Mhm.
it's easier to help them
Right.
clean themselves because they won't do it by themselves.
Right.
Okay.
So with that being the only object in the room, would make it easier to get
Yeah.
the person in and out.
The place also had a lot of historical eye candy for us. When we were there, we came across old documents, people that were there before, old photos, old furniture.
That's a very interesting chair. Everything that is in the manor was in the manor when we got it. And pretty much exactly like you see it, some chairs or something might have been moved around. And
This one was set.
so this room was, we think, more of like a gathering room, a meeting room, where that was, we just came from was like, a play game room type thing. We don't know when it was the mental asylum. We don't know how it was segregated.
Yeah, you don't know when the years
when
it
it
separated.
When it was the county poor farm, and you actually had indigent families coming and going. We don't know how it was separated. So we're trying to find out that type of history, but that's slow going to find that information.
And that seems to be kind of a trend. I know Waverly Hills, I've been there before too in Kentucky, and they've had it like that. It was tuberculosis hospital for the majority of the time, but then it went into geriatrics after that. So a lot of different uses for buildings like these. Hey, how are you? All right, Darcy's joining us. So this is an apparition walking through the door. She does what class is it for TV?
I do hauntings and investigations at Kirkland.
Okay.
I'm a
Take
newbie.
the class or you teach the class?
I teach the class.
Oh.
Then we never come in with the intent of being like, okay, we're gonna come out here. That's just we found out being more respectful and polite.
Yeah.
We get more activity.
Really?
And stuff. Yeah, with that because if they're not going to do anything, they won't do anything anyway. Especially if they come in with attitude.
Right.
And I've told other teams this before. They could do something, but think of it as they could do it on their time. Because there's such thing as attachments.
Right.
If you're going to do this stuff, be open about what happens at home with you. So we share that information with other teams because they're dealing with a bunch of stuff.
But that never happened until he came here. It started happening right after he came here, so that's why he said something followed him home.
No, it happens. But with some people like that, sometimes it's as simple as setting your boundaries and saying, you're not allowed to mess with me anymore. You can't do this. If you're wanting to talk to me, it's all right. Come between, sign up at like an appointment.
Okay.
Sometimes that does work for a majority of the cases, but those are more armory or inhuman or demonic, I should say. They don't usually respond to something like that, or they manipulate you and then they go away, but then they're still there.
Some real spiritual. But I wonder how come, since they're here and their spirit left their body, is that the way it is? That they're still on Earth and they can't pass, or
well, several different. If you're in religion, there's purgatory.
Right. I think that might. Well, I believe in that too, but I don't know.
Yeah. And the main reasons in my research is it seems like unfinished business is in the top 5.
Okay.
For why someone would still be around. And when someone passes, that whether it's family member or close friend, 2 to 3 weeks after they physically pass is when they come back, and that one usually falls under the goodbye category. They come back to make sure that you're still okay, let you know that they're still okay, and then you may never see them or hear from them again.
They think they did something so horribly wrong that they'll never be
forgiven.
So instead of crossing over to meet judgment, they stay right here.
Really?
And then I think religiously in the Bible it talks about how sometimes it's hard for, I don't remember, but women with young children. I would be stuck if I was to pass, but I worry about that. I worry I would be stuck because I would be terrified for my child right now.
Or the other way around too, wandering children. A lot of times they're lost without their parents, so they're just kind of around, and they tend to go to or be attracted to female investigators that go into a place.
Maternal instincts.
Yeah. Activity seemed to be starting pretty early. Even during the tour, we were starting to hear things and possible voices heard out loud.
The switch down there on that one?
It's right there. Somebody whisper. Anybody? Did any of you whisper?
No, I'm just talking normal.
Okay. Like when she went down there, she didn't whisper back to you? Okay. For audio, your audio's in, and we have one right now. Possible whisper, female. when I went in there and then I was on the threshold, I heard something like that.
You know, I thought I heard that too, but I discount. Yeah, but I just thought it was somebody, one of you guys, and so I didn't even think about it. Look at her. She's like.
She was whining just a little bit ago.
All right. See, I don't think we're alone, guys, right now.
Yeah, she's staring at
I think the attic will be our next stop.
Is her door?
Is her hair standing up?
No, not really.
It's like we're being led now. Oh, what was that?
That was a noise.
Noise in here.
I noted it.
You hear that?
Yeah, we all heard that.
Another room.
I can feel it.
That's
I can feel it.
And this is where the dog wasn't liking it.
My hair standing up.
It's kind of like a winter wonderland when I look through the LCD here. Snow. This is the padded room.
And if you see, somebody's cut the grating. The padding would have been attached to all the grates, and so the window, the window was always there, but there was a grate in front of the window. You know, even the furnace, they had a, grate.
What do you think so far? Are you doing all right? You still grounded?
I'm all right.
Okay.
I love all you guys.
So I know how empathic you are, and I don't want it to overcome, especially with him.
Just wondering what's bed.
Okay. Yeah, is it still functional?
It's, as far as I know, it's still functional. Yes.
So is it built with fire alarm?
We don't have it inspected anymore, but.
Drawn to this one.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's very interesting to me.
It's very interesting. I just walked in here and said, I'm drawn to this. And he said, it's very interesting.
Because I've heard from other people that have your ability that they also are drawn to that same spot. And we've even heard some elaboration on why that is.
Okay. Then we have this pretty large building, and then behind it there's actually 2 residences.
Originally, we were going to rent out the 2 houses, and because we had no idea what we were going to do with the manor. But then this came along, and we decided this was going to be our base. And I actually wanted to it took a while to think about it, but the other house, you walk in the back door, you go straight through the kitchen on the linoleum to the bathroom. And so I wanted to get that one working, but the water heater's having some issues.
Kelly and I were going to fight over that room with the walk-in closet. And you're going to fight me for that one?
For the walk-in
bedroom?
closet?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, we definitely live here.
You need a walk-in closet, and then some. I might take one from another room too.
All my equipment would fit in there nicely.
It was like a...
Oh, no, it wasn't me.
Which made me think maybe if, with us walking, it might have shifted the walls or something, but it didn't do it again.
We come all the way out here just to talk to you guys. Feel free. Come on. It's okay.
And there's 2 houses actually on this location. So we have the Edinburgh Manor, which is over there, which is a big one. But what we were told is that there wasn't really any teams that have investigated these other houses. And so I think that's an opportunity it's missed. So I definitely, especially if we're having activity or vibes, picking up things. Okay, so I just got back inside and you said that, what happened to you?
So we had been in the sunroom and working at the window, and you had taken off. I knew you walked away, and then I heard a lot of noise coming from down the hallway, and I thought you were working on something and having trouble because it was really, really loud. So I took off down the hallway to go and help, and I hear his voice out there. So I turned around and came back to the window.
Well, I seen you standing over there, kind of like, not no puns in, but like you saw a ghost.
Yeah, it was extremely loud, and I know that it was not the one that I refer to as the creeper because he's the one I was walking away from. So
No audio yet was run. Yours was off.
I didn't have anything on.
Of course. I'm gonna go ahead and set the DVR recorders and put this one on that floor. up above.
It was so loud, you guys.
All right, setup went pretty well. We were pretty much done with that. We were starting to deploy the pod 1, and we were going to put that in the basement, but when I had armed it, there was an echo sound that was so pure and crisp. Listening for this, because it's quite the echo if it is an echo. Cool. See, because it sounds like it's coming from that way.
It sounds like it comes from a different.
Yeah, you just do that every once in a while. I'm gonna see where it's bouncing off of.
Am I just pressing the arm button?
Yeah, arm it is arm. I don't hear it. Did you guys hear it?
It did do it that time.
Very good.
Why didn't it do it?
You heard something?
I heard something just now.
Yeah, that way.
I was looking at you to see if you'd like sniffed or something.
No, it was something almost like a phone, but not a phone.
Yeah, they're mechanical. Okay. Try the beeping thing again once we get out of here. And sound in this building did play quite weird. Sometimes when we heard this echo, it sounded like it was down to the right, sometimes it was down to the left, and sometimes, which was fascinating, the echo did not return to us. We did not hear it. So we don't want to jump on it and say it's paranormal, but it was very interesting for us. We did focus on that. We spent a good 15-20 minutes doing an echo analysis. Go ahead. Behind, agreed? Same place. Do it again. Alright, that one's scientifically just... That one's how it should be.
Sounds further away.
Sometimes. Do you like this noise? But there's too many scientific ingredients into that to say it's paranormal, but it was something that was very intriguing because there is such a thing as sound manipulation. Sound manipulation is things that we've come across in the past where a spirit or an energy is mocking someone by using the voice of someone in the room or somebody you might know to make it sound like that person, and it's really not. And then there's also sound manipulation, that's sound muffling, where theoretically you should hear something and you don't. It's like an energy has come across and drowned out that sound, so you don't hear it. Or so certain people or individuals don't hear it, as if that sound is not meant for you.
I enjoyed the setup because I pushed myself because the hallways that were supposed to be spooky, I got to take the cords down and I tried to go through them by myself for a second. The dog seemed to like certain areas of the house, which was kind of bizarre. He would stare at that one door and just stare.
You have to remember, because this will be facing that way, that's the motion sensor. It goes so
It'll make a big noise.
yeah, we have a minute to get away, but if there's anybody down here right now, feel free to talk to us if you wish. K2's going off. Are you in here with us right now? Are you trying to tell us something? Yes? Alright, just so we know it's not me, let me put it right. Alright. If that is you, feel free to do what you've been doing. Make those lights blink again.
You don't have to be afraid of us. Don't be scared of us. We're just here to see if you're here and if you need any help.
We had 2 K2 meters and they were laying on the ground, and it seemed like we'd picked up on the spiritual part of it. Somebody was a little nervous. They were kind of like, I want to go in there, but I don't know you guys. I kind of want to. So it seemed like they were getting close to the K2. There was energy that was kind of getting close and then backing up, close and then backing up. I'm going to move you because I'm not convinced. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Now you stopped. Okay, I'm convinced. A little bit more. Alright, I'm sorry. Come back in there now, if you wish. You can come back in and,
You don't have to pull away from us. We can't hurt you.
Okay guys, we're here. This is Carrie and I am Darcy. And we are carrying a special camera with us tonight. Hello there.
You heard that, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And I am carrying a special camera tonight that actually sees a full range of the spectrum.
Not a lot happened. We walked around. Really nothing to report.
Oh yeah, come on, jump right in there.
I'm okay with it. It was
It
kind
makes
of
all
cool.
sorts of noise.
It wasn't very loud. It was okay noise. Thank you. If that was you.
And there's a very loud clock down here. Now I heard that you guys actually come out here and actually had some fun with Eric. So we thought we'd come down here and check it out too. See if we're missing the party. Okay, there is definitely a difference between down here and third floor. 'Cause, I mean, how long have you been doing this?
Just my third investigation.
Yeah, when you get to be doing this for a while,
I'll
you'll feel more than just the chill. You'll feel like an electrostatic charge.
something in there?
Just him.
Okay. Yep, K2's going off.
I'm just trying to ignore him and...
K2 just went off and I got chilled. Someone's out here in the hallway now. Alright, so Kelly and I were investigating down where originally the aggressive male that I had picked up on my remote viewing seemed to, his presence seemed to dominate. And so that kind of helped reinforce or validate one of the individuals that I had picked up beforehand.
I'm just hearing something. Shit.
Oh, that's funny. And there's gonna be one more. Not getting much right now.
Can you do that again? Stop it.
Is it him?
Oh.
It's alright, you can cuss, we don't censor. Him?
Yeah.
What'd he do?
He's touching my hair.
He likes getting behind you, doesn't he?
Yes.
What he reminds me of, and it's kind of like this. Like he lurks, and he's just kind of like he is creepy. He moves creepy too. He's just like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah, and it was just a little kind of like
yeah. All right, for you, we're just gonna refer to you as the creepy man. I think you get a kick out of that one because I don't think that he has issues, but he knows
what he's doing. And it was funny because he waited till you turned your back.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's several different reasons I could get that could conflict with one another. He doesn't like me because I'm a man, or he doesn't like me because I'm on his turf. It's the alpha male thing, or doesn't like me because I'm a threat, as in.
I think it's just because the men would stop him.
Yeah, so it sees us as like protectors, or sees us as.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, we're about ready to wrap it up upstairs.
Okay, we were just thinking about that. If you want to come downstairs, you can.
We're in the middle of something right here, but we're about done.
Okay, we'll try to be quiet.
It's ridiculous. I'm scared to look around the damn corner. It's me.
You okay?
Yeah, not happy.
Chills. In my vision, he was a big hulking man, but he had like 5 o'clock shadow.
He's just big and mean looking.
And he's the one that I said that he just, bluntly, he hates everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Where the other one picked on the women and was more creeper, this one was the one I think I picked up on when he was aggressive.
I'm gonna let you go first.
If you do hate everybody here, what's your reasoning for it? Somebody do you wrong? You territorial? Is that all it is? You okay? Is he in there? He's in there, isn't he?
You know that was wrong.
Do you want crossed over? Do you need help? There's some points where she didn't want to go down there by herself. But yeah, she fought with herself. There was a struggle. She wanted to. Kelly?
Yeah.
What?
I want to go in there.
Why? Is in like personal goal to force yourself to do it because you know you can? Or
Feels like if I can go in, I can stop.
don't make it too personal. If we take a break and get recharged.
I will go in there before the night's done.
But you get what I'm saying? Because we've already picked up some baggage, because I'm already feeling it. But it's doable. I mean, I was in there earlier. But, of course, lights are on, but and there's more people around, but Shelby turn.
He's just mean and he does not like me. He's hurting people. He hurt a lot of people in there.
Mm-hmm. And you think that's why he's targeting you out because of what he's done?
He doesn't want people to know.
Yeah. Was he staff?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was getting.
Yeah. Because they relied on him. They counted on him, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, how's it going?
Peter said he's been going, that's all right.
Yeah. Did you guys have stuff upstairs?
Oh, we were getting some things down here.
Not a thing. It was dead.
Okay.
If there was anything upstairs, there might have been one individual that's following us around, or it was just completely residual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were getting some stuff. She has a goal already for herself to go into one of the rooms over there that she couldn't. And Kelly and I are going to the basement.
Are you here? Sweetie, I'm here to help you. This is Eric. You don't have to be scared of him.
I can step a little bit further away if she's afraid of men.
He is getting a kick out of us calling him that.
Who? The creeper?
Creeper.
I knew that. I figured you were laughing at that. Because you know what you're doing. Do you get called psychotic?
Alright, at one point, this is really fascinating, I'd sent Darcy and Carrie outside to one of the houses. And it was just Kelly and I in the entire building. And we had heard out loud what sounded like a blood-curdling scream. Out loud. It was a female, it was a woman. We just thought we heard a scream, a blood-curdling scream. And it came from down the hall that way. Of course, we were just in the middle of changing tapes, and so I'm hoping that the DVR, or the audio, picked it up. Screaming like she was being hurt or strangled or something like that, and it just drew our attention. Make the hair stand up on you just a little bit, and we got a little concerned at that point. At first, we wanted to rule out that it was something that had happened to Carrie or Darcy outside, so we radioed to them.
We get radioed out from Eric that they heard a scream and wondering if it was one of us. Hear from Eric that maybe he thought it was from me from the dog before, and maybe the dog was back, but no, we didn't hear anything. For us, it's weird. It's really hard when you're not getting any of the other stuff going on, but the other people are. It's really hard. It's hard to explain.
And it was not Carrie or Darcy. We were the only two in this facility right now that
And
are living.
verified that it was not them screaming outside.
Yeah, but it sounded like a girl.
Couple breaths.
Yeah. It wasn't just one like, what was that? But we could stop and we could hear it do it again. So I don't know. Because I would admit I am a little bit surprised that Darcy and Carrie are not having anything happen to them.
I guess my other thought on that is we're gonna be more receptive to it being something.
Mm-hmm. Do I need to get my bag, or are you okay to push yourself?
Okay.
Are you sure?
No,
I didn't think so.
I'm okay.
There's your buddy. It's like nippingly cold down here.
Yeah. That's me gripping the bar like my life frickin' depends on it.
You still have chicken shits. But eventually she got herself to go ahead down there by herself, but beforehand it was
quite the struggle, and she had grabbed onto me a couple times. It's kind of funny looking back.
You have to stop terrorizing people.
It's me. Is that you?
That was me.
Okay.
I'm just wanting to make sure it's to the wall.
Right here. Ugh, got the chills.
It's because he left.
Yeah. Well, when I came in here, it was darker on the IR, and I could kind of see you, but then now I think it has to do with that haze, or that heaviness, like you can visually see it sometimes. But then where'd it go?
Yeah.
If you want your room back, feel free to go back in there if you wish.
No.
Tried to bully back the bully, and he just moved rooms. So, but we thought for this exchange that we would switch with partners.
Or did women make you mad because they didn't like you? So you're getting back. Or is there mental health? Mental health's okay. I'm gonna touch this desk and I see those things there. It's okay to have mental health problems. It's not okay to scare people though. I hope I'm not being mean. You need to tell me if I am.
No, I don't think it's... They're good questions for now.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna clear up mine just a little bit and see if I can get some more things. Because earlier I'd gotten a gold chain, a pocket watch, and a man in a gray suit, a gray vest, gray overcoat, gray slacks, trousers. And the colors blue, purple, and green. Alright, let's see what more I can get.
That was them.
Was that them?
I didn't think so.
It sounded like it came from down there.
It did sound like it came from down there.
And then later on in the night, it was I was upstairs somewhere else. They were downstairs, and they got it to interact with the motion light a little bit more, so it's starting to become a little bit more tame.
All I can do is talk out loud. I'm sorry that I got close. I didn't mean to scare you. And I know from being a mommy, she wants you to find her. There will be people back if you're anywhere. There will be people back to try to help you someday.
The investigation went pretty well. It was sweet to come into this place. I know a lot of my team members are envious that they missed out on it, but be going over the evidence, quite a bit to go over on this one. And we'll see here when we get back with the clients, probably be after the first of the year now, and do the reveal and see what we got at Edinburgh. Paranormal Endeavors was invited to another public event, probably be one of our last ones for the 2012 year. But this was at the Randleman House. I'd never been there before, and actually what we were told is the place had never been investigated on a paranormal sense, there's quite a few people that turned out to this event. Several had actually never been on a paranormal investigation before in their life.
My name is Mike Sutton. I'm the founder of Central Iowa Paranormal Investigators. The team was founded in 2010. The reason I started doing it was because I had a lot of personal experiences in my own life and just wanted to get answers. And then I've heard and read people having their own experiences as well with the paranormal. So I wanted to start helping people out, trying to get answers for them as well.
When I joined the team a couple years ago, Mike and I had about a half an hour, 45-minute discussion face to face, and we had so many similarities of things that happened to us as kids that we just connected and decided to. They had a case out west, or out east, I'm sorry, that he asked me to tag along to see how well, I work in and fit, and just took over from there. And I've joined the team. I grew up in this town, and I've heard all kinds of things about the Randleman house. And just being able to investigate this particular place, this location, when Mike had told me that Melody had contacted Mike about it, I was stoked.
All right, I'm Danny Roach, and I'm here to, I guess I'm representing the Carlisle Area Historical Society, since I'm the only one here right now. And you're in the Randleman house. Randleman house was built in 1906. We acquired it 4 years ago. It had gone through a number of owners, and it had been turned into apartments. And when we acquired it, there were walls downstairs, dividing off area, and what you see has been a voluntary effort. We now have about 140 members, and so initially we had to do some paint scraping and drywall repair, and we are a historical society, so that means that cash-free donations can be made and receive tax write-off for it. We do receive no tax funds whatsoever, where everything is voluntary. But this is the only group that's ever been in here for this type of thing. We have had a lot of groups. We've had small weddings in here. We do rent it for a nominal fee.
Bigger things like this, it's nice to have it open to the public, to have them experience stuff, maybe help, figure themselves out doing this.
Right.
We don't work together as often as we used to. I've been busy with the group and doing my own thing. And
yeah, I haven't been out doing this. I'm so busy with all of the psychic stuff. Like every weekend going with that. So
wow, draining. But isn't it nice to do something a little different?
Oh yeah, this is so totally my night out.
Yeah. Is there anybody here that this is the first time they've been on like a ghost hunt of any sort, or is there anybody who's new to it?
There too.
Okay.
Just a quick flicker, but was that you trying to show us that you're here?
Hi, I'm Dave. I am from Des Moines. My wife and I, we do investigations here locally. This is our first time with this team here, which we're real excited about. Kind of slow going. We haven't had anything. We started down in the ballroom.
Jackie and I were upstairs, and we both thought we were starting to hear things out loud. There's voices, a humming, and I know, and this is one of the reasons that I hate investigating in a serious level with public events, is because there's so much human contamination go on. So a lot of the voices I just disregarded.
I just want to let you know we're on the second floor filming.
Okay, I was sitting here like...
Well, I keep getting a man that's singing on this floor and another woman, and we thought you guys were on that floor, but you're not.
No.
Is anyone up here singing?
No.
Because when I did my remote, I kept saying the northeast corner, the northeast corner.
Yeah.
Reflex can move very gently.
Okay.
Had no hit on the K2, but I'm getting temperature changes. And
some things I didn't know if I wanted to do that kind of my own obelisk thing, where I just randomly, I feel, really, for those of you who don't know, is I flush out my mind of anything that could be potentially mine, any thoughts of the day, any concerns, anything like that. Try to just
flooded it with white light, just a blank space, and then take in what's in the environment. It will come in, and they'll just say that at random. So it's kind of like, if you're familiar with the obelisk, it's that same kind of concept. So it's just spitting out these random words. Some of them may be tied to something else that has nothing to do with this house, but some of them, sometimes they'll dead on and it will make something happen.
And it also allows them to open a channel to spirit where they can channel through him also. And we use this at Morse Mill, and I, honest to goodness, I watched his face transform into something that wasn't him, and we have that on film.
Yeah,
it is
that
the
was
most
weird.
bizarre thing, but it works.
A winter's day. Horses. Top hat. Mustache. 1921. Can I ask if you know of this or seen it in the house anywhere?
Yes.
Almost like a postcard kind of picture of a, I think that's where like horses come from. I don't know, but it looks like it's a winter's day and the house is in the background and it's...
Yeah, there's a picture like that.
Oh, where? Do you know?
Dog barking.
Is that on the second floor?
In the dining room, there's a picture.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
I'm Chuck.
We're from Davenport, Iowa. We came here to join the team to go through this house.
Yep, we've done other hauntings and other places, and we've done tours, so we've come up here to do this. We went up in the attic, was where we primarily stayed, and I got some goosebumps and chills in different corners of the house. Smelled some perfume up through the staircase. It was pretty exciting up in there.
Just poke me.
No,
I didn't see her
I
poke.
had my hands around.
Somebody just poked me right here. Right down here.
Not
The
me.
same one that dropped
Like,
the level.
like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you didn't remember bumping into the level, did you?
No, I had just turned around and started to walk away, and I had just taken a step and actually fell on the back of my calf.
Okay, my name is Michael Clark. When I was younger, in the house that we were growing up in, me and my brother shared a room. I had the top bunk, of course, being the oldest son. And in the middle of the night, my brother jumps up on the top bunk, which scares the daylights out of me. And I go, "What do you want?" And he said something grabbed him. I told him to go back to his bed, but the way he was shivering and crying, he made me nervous. So I jumped across the room, turned the light on, looked at his ankle, and you could see a handprint, bigger than mine and bigger than his. And nobody else has been in my room.
You do hear it. I hear it.
That's what I had earlier.
That's what we had earlier.
It's a male voice.
That's what I heard earlier. And
I had to put it on Eric's head. It was like, am I hearing anything? Thank you for singing to me again.
Thank you for singing for all of us. You have an amazing voice. Were you in a choir for the church?
Yep.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Martin, what was your trade? What did you do for a living?
Do you guys realize that you can walk in front of that over there and put your hand in front of it? It will go off. It'll let us know that you're here.
I got a visual of a cat in the parlor, and so did Jackie. So we don't know what each other saw. So what we're going to do now is to count to 3 and then say what we think it was. All right, what color the cat was. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. Orange taffy. Very nice.
Well, I'm not sure exactly how all the guests are feeling right now, but I can feel and sense that the team that's working with me tonight, that they're working together as a group, and I think that they have a somewhat of a small bond as far as how they're going to investigate tonight. They're pretty open on things, and I think they're kind of excited about it, and I think throughout the night we're going to find out, what else is going to happen.
I'm getting a spike over here about up to 3 milligauss here.
What is... It seems like there was an accident in a building when they were building something, and...
You just put me on the back there?
No, I didn't touch it.
And you're not touching anything either.
No, I'm about a foot back from you.
Alright, well, this place definitely has some energies in it, and it'd be cool to come back here when there's less people and just like a team-controlled environment to see what more we can get, but I think we're just scratching the surface tonight.
Well, good night. Listen, ladies, go.
All right, nice working with you again, and I'm probably not too far behind you, honestly, but it's nice to come out here, though. Do you know where Mike and them are?
Attic.
Attic? Okay.
Is this where you took your own life? And don't be mean. Don't tell us to get out of your house if that was you.
Are you okay?
Just big chill. Right there on my back.
And when I was upstairs in the attic, the feeling had changed from when I was up there earlier with Jackie. I was up there actually a couple times earlier in the night, and there was a different vibe up there the entire night, but now it was like it was coming out to play, if you will.
We want to know why you're here. What would be the reason you would stay around?
Well, I don't know how many people that it's directed towards, but definitely somebody doesn't like men, doesn't like you two especially.
Somebody just talk back there?
Yes.
Okay, just make sure. That thing, it's not like stopping.
No.
Now that I'm getting seriously cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't like you guys. I don't know. I think it's probably invading the space kind of thing because you're right in there too, but...
Did you say hey?
I heard that.
Yeah, I'm freezing
I
so bad I
just
got
heard hey
tears
right
in my
here.
eyes.
I just heard back here, hey.
That's the...
This thing's still going too. I mean, it's not stopping.
We noticed that this little animal trap hanging down from the ceiling started swinging. I took that as a warning. Something was about to happen here, and I actually called it out, and what had happened next was something that all paranormal researchers and anybody in this field should be aware of, but hopefully it'll never happen.
Mom's freaking me out over here.
Why?
She's just freaking me out.
You guys alright?
She's not.
Why? What's going on?
I don't know. She's not okay. What's going on, Mom?
Do you want to go downstairs?
No. Oh.
Hey Dave, get up here.
I think we need to get her out of the attic.
Yes. Come on.
I need people up to the attic now.
Mom, let's go.
Let's go downstairs. We'll be alright. Let's go downstairs.
Michael, help my mother.
I just need Dave and Kenny up here now.
Help her. Let's go downstairs where it's warm.
Come on.
Let's go
Any
downstairs where
spirits
it's
or
warm.
any spiritual influence, you need to leave her alone.
Come on,
Right now.
Leave her alone now.
You need to leave her alone.
It's warm downstairs. Let's go downstairs, okay?
You need to leave her alone now. Do not use her as a vessel. You do not have permission to do so.
Can you help me? Can you help me get this off, please?
What is it?
It's with my cross, so I can give it to her, please. Come on, it's nice and warm downstairs. Let's go downstairs.
Come on, leave her alone. Now.
It's okay. It's nice and warm downstairs. We're gonna go downstairs.
Right there.
Mom. Look. You have my cross. Okay?